All right, coming up on the show, the Patriots beat the Texans and John Gruden getting crushed for trading Khalil Mack. The Patriots beat the Texans 27-20 on Sunday, and the game unfolded basically the exact way I thought it would. I do think they win week 1 against the Texans at home. Look, Deshaun Watson hasn't played. He was injured at the end of last season. He's rusty. This was a positive day for the Patriots. The headline obviously was the way the defensive front played. That was more important than anything else that could have happened. The defensive line / defense playing well was more important than anything else. Don't talk to me about the offense struggling, Brady struggling. At the end of the season, you may be able to look back and say, in this game, they didn't have their second and third best offensive weapons behind Gronkowski. You know, Edelman and Sony Michel didn't play. I thought in this game, Eric Rowe played like a number 2 cornerback. I thought Shaq Mason was not very good considering he just signed that big fat extension. I was surprised at some of the ineptitude that the Texans exhibited. I was surprised that Bill O'Brien didn't have a better day specifically. Now, before the game, a report surfaced that Rob Gronkowski axed any potential trade from the Patriots by saying that he didn't want to play for any other team or catch passes from any other quarterback and that he would retire if that was the case. If Tom Brady could have cultivated that kind of leverage, that would have been the ultimate way to stick it to Bill Belichick. Problem for Brady is that everybody knows he still wants to continue playing, because if Brady was in a place where he tried to get Jimmy Garoppolo shipped out of town, doing what Gronk did would have been more effective than anything else. Going to the owner and trying to get Jimmy Garoppolo traded, offering up an ultimatum, saying I want to play and I want to play here, or if not, I'm retiring. And if Belichick had the balls to release him or cut him or end his career, then Belichick would have been the ultimate bad guy in that situation. Problem is, Tom Brady would have had to have been willing to end his career. So Gronk had that kind of leverage where he could say that and become a bigger fan favorite here in New England. And as of yesterday, it was working out for everyone. And Jalen Ramsey is an idiot, and he'll get an up close and personal look at that next week. Couple thoughts around the NFL. It was funny last night how everybody was crushing John Gruden for trading Khalil Mack. How many ones did the Raiders get in that trade? 2 first-round picks? Should Gruden have traded Mack? A leader, a good teammate, a guy of that kind of skill set? No, probably not. But I'm not going to crush him. Mack last night essentially had as good of a game as a defensive player can have in the NFL, and his team still lost the game. He's a defensive end. He can only do so much. As much as he was ruining that game for the Packers early, Rodgers, the quarterback, the more important position player, figured out the defense, and despite all the Khalil Mack heroics, the Packers still won the game. Do you know going into last season, there were 26 $100 million contracts handed out in the NFL, but only 2 times did a guy making that kind of money win the Super Bowl. Ben Roethlisberger in 2008 and Fletcher Cox last season. I take that back, it happened a 3rd time. The Patriots in 2001. The year they gave Drew Bledsoe that big extension, and he was replaced as the starting quarterback, obviously, that season. And it happened in the year they got the big contract. So in other words, once that contract becomes a toddler, and you need to replenish this position and add to this position and enhance the talent there, teams find it hard to get enough talent to win the Super Bowl. So Gruden might have said, you know what, I don't want to pay a defensive end that kind of money and become cash strapped for the next 7 years. He's a great player, but is he going to lead you to a Super Bowl? The data says no. Some other quick thoughts. I was surprised at how poorly Jimmy Garoppolo played. Thought he'd be a little bit better than that. I didn't think the Saints defense would be that pathetic. I'm very glad Ryan Fitzpatrick is out of the AFC East. All right, take a break. Who's more at fault during that Serena Williams debacle at the US Open Women's Final? Serena or the line judge umpire? Serena, 100%. Look, the judge offered her a warning because she was getting coached. Now, that's a stupid rule. I don't know why you can't get coached as an athlete, but the judge offered the warning to Serena. The coach of Serena admitted that he was doing some coaching. The warning was fair, and Serena blew it out of proportion. You thief, you liar, overly emotional about it, and then cause all the upset among the crowd. And then you have this poor girl who wins the championship, who's no fluke, by the way. She's beaten Serena before. She's crying up at the podium for winning. She's apologizing to the crowd for winning the championship. Serena blew that way out of proportion. She escalated that whole thing. It was a bad look on Serena. All right, my lock of the day, I am taking the over of the second Monday Night Football game tonight. Rams and Raiders over 47.5. I think Jared Goff and the Rams, those wide receivers, will put up points. I know on paper the Rams defense is excellent, but I think Oakland and Gruden will be able to generate some offense and put up points. They get rid of their best defensive playmaker, so there will be more pressure on the Oakland offense tonight. I think there's a lot of points in this game, and they go over 47.5. That's my lock of the day. Have a good one.
Well, as you know, I'm not on Snapface and all that, so I don't really get those.